Hi guys, it's Dr. Cody Deuce and we are back again for another video. Now before we get started, as usual, if you will go ahead and like this video and please subscribe to this channel, I would greatly appreciate it as it will help me as I continue to work to make videos for you guys. Now today, I figured I'd talk about some anime because anime is super popular right now, it's very prevalent. And one of my personal favorite animes is One Punch Man. It's extremely funny, and I feel like the characters and the way they write them comes across as very endearing and somewhat relatable. Two of the most popular characters in this show, you can argue they're the two main characters, even though I feel like the main character is somewhat of a side character, is Saitama, or One Punch Man, and Genos. Saitama, even though he's the namesake of the show, I would argue a lot of times he is a side character, as it's kind of hard to be super interesting when you defeat everybody with one punch. But Saitama, the thing about him that makes him super unique is that he is what they call a concept character, meaning that his character is designed and written based off of a specific concept, and they always stick to that concept about the character. And so the concept for Saitama's character is that he will always be strong enough. In fact, he will always be more than strong enough. No matter who the villain is, no matter how big or how powerful the opponent is, Saitama will always be strong enough. And in fact, he probably won't even struggle. It doesn't matter who it is. And you know, sometimes like you get into these conversations like which anime character will be which anime characters. My cousin asked me once, who would win, Saitama or Goku, or Saitama or Naruto, or Saitama or Deku, like who would win? And the reason that I always tell them it's so hard to answer this question is, you know, I'm like a lot of people. Dragon Ball Z was my gateway to anime, and I like Deku too from My Hero Academia. I love Naruto. You know, I like all of these other characters, and I can understand why someone would say, how could you beat these characters? But the thing about Saitama is that the whole point of his character is that no matter who he faces, he'll always be stronger. That's the way he's written. And that's what makes him unique. But then you have a character like Genos, right? Genos, the demon cyborg. Genos is unique in that, you know, he presents as this super cool cyborg character. He comes across as being really strong. But without fail, something will happen and he will get demolished in the fight. He will get torn to pieces, borderline. I mean, if it happened to a normal human, they'd be dead. Dismemberment, the whole nine. But Genos, after he gets destroyed, he goes back to his scientist friend. His scientist friend will put him back together and then make improvements on his tech, add certain things to him to make him stronger, and then he goes back out stronger and better than ever. And without fail, it'll happen all over again. Genos will get into a fight with another opponent, and he'll be cool, and he'll be doing all of this stuff, and then he'll get demolished. And he goes back to the scientist, gets put back together with new improvements, stronger than before, to go out and face another enemy. Why am I talking about Saitama, and why am I talking about Genos? Because life, many of us want life to be like walking around as Saitama. We want to feel like nothing can touch us. We want to feel like no matter what comes against us, we will overcome it. We want to feel like no matter the odds, we will be more than enough. And in fact, so much of, you know, the motivational world today, so much of the self-improvement and personal development world today, so much of YouTube is surrounded around the concept of you are going to be Superman. And the truth of the matter is that life is just not that way. Life is almost seems like it's designed to have the deck stacked against you. It's designed to knock you down. It's designed to see you come up against things that you aren't strong enough to defeat. Because life is about perseverance. Life is about kind of like how that Aaliyah song used to go. If at first you don't succeed. Life is about being able to get knocked down, but then having the perseverance to get back up and try again. Life is about being like Genos. Life is about being as confident as possible. Having a great attitude, like Genos' mindset. The whole reason he's on the show is because he saw how powerful Saitama was, and he knew there's nobody stronger than this guy. And I want to be the strongest, so I'm going to ask that guy to be my master, to train me, to teach me. Now, while Saitama really doesn't teach him anything, that's not the point. Genos' mindset is that I want to be the best. I'm confident, but yet I go out and get knocked down all the time. And we have to be like Genos. We got to be confident. We have to have the mindset that we want to be great. We want to be extraordinary. But when we go out and we get knocked down by life, we have to be like Genos and go back, kiss the bruises, put some band-aids on, make the necessary improvements. That's the thing about Genos. Genos, there's always improvements made after he gets destroyed. And we have to be able to go back after we get knocked down and make the necessary adjustments, make the improvements. If the job told you you weren't good enough, go get better. If the job told you you didn't have the right qualifications, go get the proper qualifications. If your jump shot isn't good enough, go work on it. If you lose the game because you missed free throws, go shoot 100 free throws a day if you have to. Go back and make the improvements and then come back confident and be ready to get knocked down again. Because as great as Saitama is, right, he often feels like the side character. And his characters like Genos, the ones who aren't invincible, who aren't always more than enough, the ones who actually have to work on it. It's characters like him that are actually the main character. Guys, so my challenge today, I want you to think about the place, the thing that's been knocking you down. What is the thing that you've come up against and you realized that you weren't more than enough? And I want you to write that in the comments. And now I want you to think about what is it that you're going to go back and do to make the improvements. Genos is a cyborg. It's easy for him to make the improvements. They just plug in a chip or slap on a new piece of armor, but you might have to go back and put in some hours. What is the thing that you're going to do to be ready so that when you come up against that obstacle again, you are more than enough? I want you to write that in the comments too. And with that, guys, if you haven't already, I ask that you like this video. I ask that you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And I ask that you guys keep coming back, and I'll keep making videos. Thanks, guys.